What's up guys, this is guitar video lesson number 152, the song Waiting by Green Day, and first of all, the song's in standard tuning, so let's get started with the song right away. And this is how it works. First we put our first finger on the 4th on the 6th string, third finger on the 6th on the 5th string, and pinky on the 6th on the 4th string. And now we go down, down, up, up, down, then we lift our fingers off and pick up once more. So then we jump one string down with each finger, but we stay on the 4th and 6th. So now we've got our first finger on the 4th on the 5th string, third finger on the 6th on the 4th string, and pinky on the 6th on the 3rd string. And be careful to mute the 6th string with your first finger. And now, same rhythm, so again, that empty at the end, so now we jump onto the 6th and 8th on the 6th, 5th, and 4th string. So we've got the first finger on the 6th on the 6th string, third finger on the 8th on the 5th string, and pinky on the 8th on the 4th string. Same rhythm. And back onto the 4th and 6th on the 5th, 4th, and 3rd string. So we've got So now let's get to the actual verse. We've got a very similar riff, but it still is slightly different, and it should sound like this. So basically we have the exact same chords as before, and on the first chord, so on the 4th and 6th, on the 6th, 5th, and 4th string, we do the exact same thing as before. So we go, and there's only one change, because now we move on to the second chord, which is still the 4th and 6th on the 5th, 4th, and 3rd string, but now we go, so down, up, down, up, up, down, and empty strings on the last up. So, and then we move on to the next chord, and then we do the exact same thing we just did on the 4th and 6th, on the 5th, 4th, and 3rd string again. So we've got So we repeat this like 3 or 4 times, and the last time we repeat it on the very last chord, we play it regularly. So we don't go, but we go, we play it the way I showed you just now, 3 or 4 times, and as I said last time, play it as in the beginning of the song. The next part should sound like this. So first, we put our first finger on the 1st on the 6th string, third finger on the 3rd on the 5th string, fourth finger on the 3rd on the 4th string, and now we use the same rhythm as in the beginning of the song. So we go with the empty strings in the end as before. Then we put our first finger on the 2nd over the 5th, 4th, and 3rd string. So we go, then we slide up onto the 6th and 8th on the 5th, 4th, and 3rd string. So we've got the first finger on the 6th on the 5th string, third finger on the 8th on the 4th string, and pinky on the 8th on the 3rd string. And we mute the 6th string with our first finger again. as before. And then we put our first finger on the 6th string, third finger on the 5th string, and pinky on the 4th string, and we stay on the 6th and 8th. And now we go down and up 8 times. The next part should sound like this. So we put our first finger on the 4th, on the 5th string, our third finger on the 6th, on the 4th string, and pinky on the 6th, on the 3rd string. And we go down, up, down. And we jump 1 string up with each finger, so we stay on the 4th and 6th. But now we've got our first finger on the 6th string, third finger on the 5th string, and pinky on the 4th string. Now we go up, down, up. So back onto the 5th, 4th, and 3rd string, down, up, down. So we go. And later on in the song, after having done this, we go back onto the 6th, 5th, and 4th string, go up, down, up again. So back onto the 5th, 4th, and 3rd string, down once. Back onto the 6th, 5th, and 4th string, up once. 5th, 4th, and 3rd string, down once. 6th, 5th, and 4th string, up once. And that's this whole riff. And the only new thing we have to do with this riff is right before the solo, we go. So after having done this, we slide up onto the 6th and 8th and go. So let's get to the solo now. And this is how it works. First we put our third finger on the 8th, on the 3rd string, and pick that once. Then we put our first finger on the 5th, on the 3rd string, pick that once as well. Now first finger down onto the 3rd on the 3rd string, third finger onto the 5th, and slide up onto the 6th. So now lift the 3rd finger off, second finger back onto the 5th on the 3rd string, and first finger back onto the 3rd. Now we do it again. So now third finger back onto the 5th, first finger onto the 1st, then again 3, 5, 6, 5, 3. So far we've got now we pick the 3rd on the 3rd string once more, and we put our first finger on in the way that we also cover the 3rd on the 2nd string, because now we pick 3rd string, 2nd string, 3rd string. So then we put our 3rd finger onto the 6th on the 2nd string, lift it off, pick the 2nd string again with our first finger still on the 3rd, and 3rd on the 3rd string. So onto the first, on the third string, pick that twice, and third finger onto the fourth on the second string. And that's the whole solo. Now let's get to the last new riff of the song, in which we first put our first finger onto the 8th on the first string, second finger on the 9th on the second string, and third finger on the 10th on the third string. Now we pick third string, second string, first string, second string. Now we put our pinky on the 11th on the first string, pick that once, lift it off and pick the first string again, and second string. So now we leave our first finger on the 8th on the first string and put our second finger on the 9th on the third string and our third finger on the 9th on the second string. Now we do the exact same thing. Pinky again onto the 11th on the first string. And we put our first finger all across the third, second and first string on the 8th and put our second finger on the 9th on the second string. Pinky onto the 11th. So it's then we put our second finger onto the 7th on the third string and slide down onto the third. So and that's already the whole song. I hope you guys liked this video. Leave a thumbs up if you did. Helps me a lot. Keep on subscribing, and thanks for the suggestion, because this song was recommended to me by one of you guys. And if you want to stay up to date on what's going to be new on the channel, then click onto my Facebook page. Link is down in the description. And if you want to get a sweet discount on all of the games for all of the consoles, for example, the new Fallout 4 that is coming out soon, then check out g2a.com. Link is down in the description as well. And if you really want to support the channel, link to my Patreon page down there as well. And as always, I hope I will see you guys next time.